Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley and today I have a sketchbook tour for you. This is the Strathmore Watercolor sketchbook and I filled every page. This is my third Strathmore sketchbook in a row and I've really grown to like these. This is my first time to try the watercolor paper and I did really enjoy it. I always start my sketchbooks with a goals and ideas page first. It really helps me to stay focused. And also I made my first business card here as an artist illustrator and I was really excited about it, so I put it here on the first page. And then I of course have my words of wisdom: be kind, be positive, do your best, never give up, and enjoy the journey. I put that inside of every book, sketchbook, journal that I do, just kind of words that I live by. This first page, well, the first painted page, first page after this. This first page is, it was supposed to be a sketchbook with the word grow growing out of it, and it says, "This is a place to grow," because I really wanted to grow in the sketchbook, and I think I did. I really enjoyed my time in this sketchbook. These are my three cats. This is Smokey, Jonesy, and Newt, and I painted each of them in kind of a different style that sort of, I don't know, I try to capture their personalities. I feel like it turned out really fun. I really like it. And then this is Love in Sign Language. I did this right around Valentine's Day. I also really enjoyed it. How bright it is. This is the Holbein Acrylic Gouache, and then these are actually the Tombow dual brush pens. I really enjoyed doing this page. I did this cute little frog in gouache, and then I used magenta gouache around, and I squeezed out way too much, so I did everything else on the page, and then I wrote this quote from Van Gogh. And I just really like how it turned out. I love how like the color kind of flows through the page, and I made this little guy into a sticker. So this was one of my favorite pages, but I think the next one is my actual favorite spread. Yes, okay, this is my favorite spread of the whole sketchbook. I was really getting comfortable with gouache at this point, and I wanted to do a witchy sort of spread and just kind of include as many different elements of like witchy, like potions and spells as I could. And I picked like 3 colors and I just kind of tried to carry them through everything, and I love how this turned out. This is my favorite spread in the sketchbook, and I think I want to do another spread like this because I was still really getting comfortable with gouache at this point. Whatever happened on this left page, I didn't like it. I didn't like where it was going. I don't even remember, and I covered it with black gouache, and then I added the 7 stars from The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And then on this other page, I knew that the gouache would transfer over, so I decided to use graphite because they wouldn't, rubbing off on each other wouldn't be that big of a deal. And I just did some simple studies, and I love the little old lady with the cat at the bottom. That's my favorite. Over here, I have some more. This left page is all gouache, and I did some little studies of some skies and some water, and then I added these cute little alien guys all over. And then this cute vampire girl, it was alcohol markers, and then around her is watercolors, and she is drinking blood out of like an iced coffee cup, and that's the concept that kind of inspired me initially, was like, I want a cute vampire girl drinking blood out of an iced coffee cup, and I don't think I did it justice the way I wanted to, so I'll probably come back to that idea. This cute little cottage is just a Pinterest reference. I was still trying to get comfortable with gouache, and I don't do as much architectural art, and I want to do more, like drawing little houses and cottages and stuff. So this was just a practice at that. I should have done some line art. I think it would have made it kind of pop out better, but I did not. And then this other side was a self-portrait that I'm not too fond of. And then over here, I did some sketches to prepare for this painting. I actually did some in my ugly sketchbook as well, which is where I do a lot of my thumbnails. So I finally decided on the composition. I'm glad I didn't include like her legs and stuff like I was initially going to. I feel like this makes so much more sense to have like the tabletop. And then here's another Addie LaRue quote. It says, "There's defiance in being a dreamer." And I really like how this turned out. She has a mushroom tabletop and she has like all this little purple, like a tea party, and little mushrooms and flowers and like a fairy tunnel in the forest. I really enjoyed doing that. I think it was for some kind of challenge. I don't remember what the challenge was though. And this is a pretty realistic gouache eye. I was getting a lot more comfortable with gouache. Like by this point, this is where I was like, okay, I am feeling gouache. I like gouache now. It's probably starting with the fairy painting on the page before, but so here's a pretty realistic eye. It's based on a photo of my own eye. And then some realistic fruits in gouache. And each one of these I probably spent like 30 minutes on just because I was having so much fun with them, and I probably could have squeezed a couple more fruits in here. I think I will do more of those in the future because it was really, really fun. And then this, I actually did this line art and took a photo of it and then traced the lines in my iPad and turned it into digital art. And I like the digital art more the way that I finished it out, but I didn't want this like blank page with just a sketch. So I colored it as well with the Tombow dual brush pens, and I had fun, but I like the way the digital version turned out better as far as the finished piece. This spread is some local fish. I live in the Houston, Texas area, and my husband has this pamphlet of local fish, and so these are, I think this is some kind of perch. This is an alligator gar. This is a trout, this is a bowfin, and this is a bass who did not get a paint job for some reason, but that's okay. And I had a lot of fun doing it. I actually kind of went back one at a time and painted these. And I guess I never got to him, but I did paint a bass earlier on in the sketchbook, so I guess that's why. But so he's gouache, I think he's watercolor, he's gouache, and then he's watercolor and like an ink pen. I had so much fun doing this painting. I actually wanted to paint this for a little while. We had these pumpkins around Halloween last year, and they rotted and turned into seeds and pumpkin guts, and the stems stayed right where they were in the middle, and you can still see kind of like the orange where the pumpkin was. And once it rained and got warm out for spring, the seeds all started sprouting, so there's this kind of beautiful like life cycle going on of like fresh new little pumpkin plants and like this dehydrated stem and like remains of the old pumpkin, and I just thought it was so beautiful. I love it. I like go out and take care of this pumpkin plant every day. It is my baby. I love it. I really hope it grows pumpkins this year and we could like have the whole life cycle there in the garden. It would be so much fun. I wanted to try something new, so I wrote this actually just to kind of protect the other page. But it says don't be afraid to try new things, and I tried some oil pastels, and this paper is so textured, and these are really like thick waxy oil pastels, and I was not ready for how messy it would be. My hands were just a total mess, and like I do think that this like top view of a cherry turned out pretty well. It is the first one I did, and I spent the most time on it. And then these I kind of like gave up on, and then this portrait is crazy. I'm not saying they're terrible. I'm just saying like I was trying something new. I was getting my hands dirty. I don't have any regrets. I enjoyed it. But yeah, I'm no great pastel artist at this point, and that's okay. This is a fan art of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I didn't like do like books on the bookshelves and stuff back here, but I just kind of did a sketch of it because I was thinking about it, and I just really enjoyed that book, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. These are a couple of just fun, quick animal sketches in gouache, and this is like gouache and colored pencil. This little kitten kind of looks grouchy, but he's really cute. And then this frog, this is like kind of a really quick sketch. And then actually I finished it in colored pencil because I started the next page and I didn't want to ruin it by getting like by the water soaking through and reactivating the gouache. So I kind of abandoned this one and didn't want to mess up what was on the other side. So I will revisit him because he's very cute. This is another one of my favorite pages in the sketchbook. I actually spent like 5 days on this single page. I did this one first, and I was really inspired by doing gouache portrait studies, and I just wanted to keep going. And each one, I feel like I learned so much with each one.
And this last one is actually a self-portrait, like, and then this one I tried a different style and it was really fun too, like more expressive. And I don't know, this sketchbook is a lot of me falling in love with gouache, and I really enjoyed this page. And then so at this point I ordered some new gouache colors. I ordered pink, indigo, and like a light blue, like a turquoise, and I wanted to use them on something, so I used them on this page. This was a really sketchy page. I actually sketched these animals and stuff in ballpoint pen, and then I colored them in Tombow dual brush pens and just kind of went crazy with like the fun little like plants and stuff around. But I really like it. I think it's so cute. Like I love this purple color over the ballpoint pen. Like that is a really fun way to sketch. Like it's really free, and just the way that the Tombow dual brush pens just kind of flow is really fun to do. And you can go back and like wash them out as watercolors. That's what I did up here. I first just circled the stars, and then I kind of used that to just reactivate and kind of like paint in a sky just at the top, and it was really fun. This is a Luna Moth page. I've been obsessed with Luna Moths lately. They're so pretty. And then this is the Holbein Acrylic Gouache again, which is one of my favorite mediums. Really, watercolor, traditional gouache, and acrylic gouache are my three main mediums lately, and I really enjoy them. So these are just different ones, and then that pink is so vibrant. I just absolutely love it. And then over here is this is traditional gouache and watercolor mixed together, and I didn't really plan this out very much or anything, but I was trying to practice color as well as depth. And I just kind of sketched something really quick and decided to paint it. And I like how it turned out. I feel like I learned something here about trying to like lose details farther back, and like about light and depth, and I can work on it more, but that was the point here, and I did really enjoy it. On the spread, I first have some just really loose watercolor floral doodles. I had fun with these. I didn't know what I wanted to paint, but I knew I wanted to do some paint. So I just kind of like got out my palette and just started doing things, and this is what I ended up with. And I like it. It's rare that I go in with like such little plan, and it was enjoyable. And then I really started falling in love with like these neon Prismacolor pencils. These that are super, super bright. I actually went on Blick and I ordered individuals. You can get like individuals of these and they're like $2. So I got like 4 of each of these because I use them so much. Neon pink and neon orange especially. And so I started doing some really cute colorful doodles with both of those and really enjoyed it. I will definitely be doing more like that. And then these again are the Holbein Acrylic Gouache. And then this was that neon color pencil we just talked about. This is a cute little mushroom ghost. He's so happy and he says, "You're beautiful." But he says beautiful. And then this is a very colorful cat. This is based on my cat Smokey. He has like this fluff right here and this like really serious face. So the one I painted in gray in the beginning, but I just wanted to just do like my favorite colors, and it was really fun. So much I feel like I learned so much doing that painting, and it turned out really cute. These are some box turtles with the neon yellow and neon orange Prismacolors, and I learned when I was doing these that the neons, especially the yellow and orange Prismacolors, glow in black light. Like if you go into the dark and you have these, you can see, as long as there's a black light, you can see the whole drawing, and it is really, really fun. These are some more Prismacolor sketches mixed in with the neon Prismacolors, and I just really enjoyed them. This paper in the sketchbook is watercolor paper that is really textured on one side, like it's like a waffle texture, and then on the back side, the spread goes all the way across and it's smoother. So I tried to do color pencils on the smoother side and paint on the rough side. I was actually setting up a gouache palette here, and I did not want to waste any paint, so I was just wiping paint off of a palette knife onto this page. And I decided to just kind of paint this over here, and then this side just was basically a palette, and this is just a mess. But I left it. I don't know. It's a sketchbook. It's okay. I just love how bright this is. This is the Holbein Opera Pink Gouache. Now I want to check. Oh, I'm sorry. No, Winsor and Newton Opera Pink Gouache. And it is like the brightest thing. It actually really looks like their swatch on here. Alright, almost there. This was one of the last spreads, and over a weekend I didn't have that much time to like sit down and draw one big finished piece, so I did this eye, and then I did these realistic cherries, and then another time I drew this cat, and then with the neon Prismacolors, and then another time I sat down and did this little background around him. And then these flowers even another time. So this is like 5 or 6 different times of me sitting down to draw something, not all at once, but I kind of like how all the unrelated things just sort of fit together. And then this was just a really quick portrait study. It was late at night when I decided I wanted to paint something, and I did not commit very hard. It's really light. I didn't want to do too much, so it's really basic. I could have gone in and done a lot of detailing with colored pencils, but I was tired, so I just left it as it was. But it was fun to do a full page portrait like that. I hadn't done in a while. And then my last page I actually used to plan out the first page of the next sketchbook, and this was the sketch that I ended up using. So these UFOs and cats, and I think I have maybe a short that has that first spread of the next sketchbook. It was really crazy but really fun. And a cookie sticker on the back, because those are really good cookies. So anyway, thank you for coming to my sketchbook tour. I hope to see you in my next video. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for being here. Bye.